hosted by Tony Gapperstone. Thanks for tuning in. It's showtime.
We're live. It's episode 318 from Park City, Utah. Priscilla and I have been hanging out in this condo all day. It feels like we've been here a week already. If I left today, I would feel fulfilled because we got to meet and talk and do so many inspiring things. I'm Tony Gapperstone. I am the founder of Brave Maker, and we get to have some alumni of Sundance come back and talk to us. They were on this show last year in the same way.
We're starting it the same 2 years in a row. Straight from the airport, 2 years in a row.
Literally just got off the plane.
Definitely, this is what I look like fresh off the plane. Beautiful.
All right, we do have a live studio audience. Give some noise if you're in the condo. Hey! All right, real quick, we'll do our hello descriptions, pronouns, visual descriptions as well. Inclusivity is important. So I'm Tony Gapstone, he, him, Caucasian guy, yellow beanie, white Henley, and I have glasses, and I am from Redwood City, California, in Park City, Utah. Toss it to you.
My name's Erin Brown Thomas. I'm a white female. I'm short. I've got a purple Sundance Film Festival 2025 sweatshirt on.
Because you were here last year as a selected filmmaker.
Also a glasses person, and I'm sitting next to this one here.
Yep. My name is Elsha, she, her pronouns. I have brown shoulder length hair with blue eyes. I'm from Topeka, Kansas, and I live in Kansas City. I have a black and ivory striped sweater, and I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Last but not least, I'm Priscilla Lamb. You guys, black and Asian, so like a high brown with dark black hair that's long, and a multicolored fuzzy sweater on, and she, hers is my pronoun.
All right, well, we're eating taquitos. We're drinking water out of solo cups. Just wanted to clarify that until after dinner when things might change.
Hydrate.
We're going to talk about the learning. So you were here last year. You were in the episodic category. We just had Tyler Clark, who's going to come back here, hopefully, DP of Freelance, in the episodic category with Chasers. That was you last year, 2025. Huge emotional journey. What an amazing opportunity. Lots of credibility as filmmakers. I think also catapulting into some cool spaces as well as other film festivals. There's a lot in a very short amount of time for this podcast, but want to learn highs, lows, what you learned along the way that other filmmakers could benefit from.
You want to go first?
No, I want you to.
Cool. Well, in terms of, are we talking about like the Park City experience or the overall like
Why don't you
year?
drop in Park City first,
Okay.
and then the overall year? Yeah,
all right.
I like
So
that.
I think like number one is that like Sundance is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You've got to stay healthy. You got to stay hydrated. You don't have to go to every party. You really don't. And like choose some nights to go to bed early. Choose some nights to go choose one person to come back and have a conversation with you at your condo and just get to know that person deeply, rather than just like, I also suffer with like losing my voice a lot. So it's smart for me to like take some days off. But I would say like we watched people just kind of like over the course of the week get sick. My husband, who's sitting over there, did not get sick at all. I didn't get sick till the last day, which I thought was pretty good. You didn't get sick at all.
But I have tiny children at home who are little germ mites, and so I think I was well inoculated before I came, to be perfectly honest.
That's really important. Like, it's just take care of yourself like that. Like, because you'll be your best self if you're feeling well.
Okay, the marathon experience, it could be overwhelming, overstimulating, I hear. And when you're a selected filmmaker, a lot of people want your time.
Yeah.
A lot of press happening. Do podcasts, go to
do
do party
the press,
appearance.
for sure. Do the press.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you leave Sundance. Lots of things can happen and that you hope to happen.
Yeah.
What did you learn there? What was the highs and lows there?
So I have representation, and I had it before I came to Sundance last year. I have a manager. I still don't have an agent. It was interesting because we had planned to do a reach out about that, but LA was literally on fire last year during, so we didn't do any of the like prior to Sundance reach out that we had planned. And I kind of like ended up working on another project this past year that came about because of Chasers.
Nice.
But I have like kind of allowed I haven't expanded into looking for an agent yet, which is maybe something I'll start doing soon. But my manager was able to get me a lot of meetings of people that like he was able to use like the fact that I got into Sundance to get a lot of people to be willing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And while my project was 31 minutes, which is still sometimes like an odd length to get people to watch because it's like 5 or a feature feel like we're things that are like easier for some reason for someone to watch. We still got a lot of people to watch it, which resulted in a lot of meetings for me, lots of development execs because I was in the pilot. We were in the pilot program. And I basically just have a lot of people who are now like watching me, tracking me, and like I said, I got to make a feature because of this opportunity. So
Wow.
things are happening.
So you got a feature directing gig out
Yes.
of this selection from 2025.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's an independent feature.
Yep.
We've shot 80% of it. We're actually fundraising the last little bit so we can go back and do the last 20% in about a month from now. But yeah, I mean, it came about the women that brought me onto this project. I don't think that they would have like known about me had it been
Good.
for Chasers at Sundance. So
Yeah.
Can we talk some realistic expectations? Because I just heard Eugene, gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Director of Sundance, Eugene. Anyway, it'll come to me.
No, I know it.
Yes, Eugene and
Is he the new one?
it's just like 3 years, 4 years in. Eugene. Sorry again? Hernandez, thank you so
Yes.
much. Eugene Hernandez and Matt Bellamy on the Town Podcast talking about distribution and percentages. Last year, of all of the selected feature films, I think it was 70% as of last week got distribution.
That's great.
Nice.
70%.
Yeah.
Some,
It took a while.
it
though.
took a while. Some within the last couple months.
Yeah.
Expectations for filmmakers can get real deep and dark when it comes to this whole thing because you think Sundance lottery ticket. Do you have any stories to share around that and adjusting along the way?
I mean, I think like there's like two sides of the spectrum, which is like on one hand the cream does rise to the top, but on the other hand, like the market is what the market is, and sometimes you can have something that's excellent that's hard to market. And so I think like, I mean, I don't know, that's not really that hopeful. I think that the market seems like everything I'm reading, and I'm not an expert on this, seems to be like better projections for this year than previous years. I think I saw something that said that Warner Brothers is going to be buying, and that's
They are, yeah, they're here with
Yeah.
the new indie arm, right?
yeah. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, all right, things are happening. Like
Yeah.
let's
Potentially.
you know, we were in the pilot situation, and it's very interesting. Like we're really excited to be kind of at the forefront of the indie TV movement. Olivia, who is a producer on Chasers as well, has a show that she's show running that I'm going to be working on, and hopefully a lot of the Chasers team will be working on called And Also With You, and we're making that independently as well. Our friend Jim Cummings has made a show
Screener.
that he's got,
Yep.
6 episodes, 3 of which are going to be here. Tyler, you were just talking to, is in that. Vivian Kerr is a friend of ours, is going to be in Soft Boil, which Camille. Forgetting Camille's last name, but she's a genius, and I saw her new filmmakers. Like, there's all these amazing people who are creating this new content, and I think like with Heated Rivalry having just come out without stars and making the splash that it is, I think it's really great timing for people to be able to look at this episodic content and say, you know what, a lot of young people aren't actually they will lock into interesting IP created by unknown creators. So we're excited to be at the forefront of it. And we know it like sometimes takes a little bit of time to catch up, but that doesn't mean we can't just keep playing in the sandbox and hope that next time around there's even more buyers and even more interest. At this point, we just have a killer sample that we are continuing to shop, and
and we tempered our expectations about 6 months in because we came here, the fires were happening, and we went to a ton of big festivals, and we were really proud of what we did, and there were conversations happening. We also started to think like, okay, so if it doesn't happen in the way that we hope that it would, which, I mean, dream of dreams, make the series. Okay, then sell the series. But then if it doesn't look like that, like we want to build audiences, like, right? Like we want people who are eyes on this, people who are looking at what we're making, following along with that. And you were on set, but we did have a meeting with the producers of Chasers, with a distributor who was interested. And they were like, hey, we know you guys are still doing your festival run, come back around. This isn't a rush kind of a thing, but we believe that like this is ready to go whenever you guys are ready to go. So we've thrown it out to a couple other things that we kind of want to see what might happen.
we're pulling on a few threads before we make a decision.
We are pulling on a few threads before we make that decision. And the good news is no matter what we do with that distribution type of a thing, we want to hold on to IP for the moment unless, you were to sell it as, what that looks like. So
As you guys are making your rounds, how has it been for other film festivals? Like your acceptance? Like, is there like a pedestal you guys are put on because you guys were Sundance that you guys go to the other ones?
yes. But also it's interesting because we've been different places like around the country and outside of the country. And you get praise for different things in different places. So obviously it's young, it's contemporary, but different places also might be like, it didn't really hit with the humor because the audience you had in there, but other people might have been like, oh my God, like that cinematography, that camera work, like that kind of stuff. So even if it maybe didn't hit on, what it was about,
Even
there
if
were
we're
other
showing it to a bunch of boomers.
there were
from
aspects of it that
rural
people
wherever.
really loved.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was one thing I loved following you social media wise is you would go to these festivals, you take your camera, you're like, I'm in this random city and this is what I'm seeing and you should know about this festival and this is the niche that it would fit. And it's really cool to kind of follow that journey for the past year. We actually just met some people from a new platform called Hike, and their whole platform is filmmakers, you do not need to be going to Film Freeway and clicking 50 different film festivals, right?
No.
You need us to help you save money, not be scammed, and figure out what is the right festival that wants to look for your story. So I love it. They're doing this kind of consulting, and they're creating a platform for filmmakers to learn. So that's what
Consulting platform. Interesting.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
only I've consulted with people in Festival Formula, consults with people, but to have a platform that can help you with that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Got
It's
two women.
beautiful because like you put your film on there, you take
Tell
a
them about
quiz,
Salute.
Yeah.
Interesting.
and then they pull from your quiz of what festivals best suit your film. So it's right. It's an alternative to Film Freeway in the future. Is like they're
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can you riff on that a little bit too? Just like the filmmaking best practices for film festivals that aren't Sundance, the regional things. Like Brave Maker is you have Salute Your Shorts. We have a culture that we are creating. We're not a market yet, but we really pride ourselves on the building of community.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the relationships, and our goal is to eventually have an investor pool that people can be pitching to. What are some of the things you want to talk about Salute Your Shorts and other things that you are doing?
I mean, we really, really know our branding and in that, like what our flavors are, which we are, it's a festival for filmmakers by filmmakers. We program films with aftertaste. And what that means is we want you to think about it after you kind of can't stop thinking about it, or you come back to it afterwards. And then we're also very much about community. When you come to our festival, like it's a 3-day short film festival, and people walk away having had, staying there for the for all of the blocks because they just hang around and hang around and they meet other filmmakers, and you can stay for an entire block and maybe you watch a film that like wasn't your jam, but you're like, wow, it was really great. And so we're really known for our curation, and that has taken us a long way thus far, and we feel very, very, very privileged and lucky for that. So it's been a good few years.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we have people in the house. If you have any questions that you want to chat about, I know someone who's got a episodic show that she's writing. No pressure if you want to talk about that. But I would love you. So after I ask this question, raise hands, okay? I do want you to talk about some of the things that, again, aftertaste is your thing. Us too, we're looking for brave stories for justice, diversity, and inclusion. But that doesn't mean we're taking a brave story that has like horrible sound. Like we need production quality. Like people, come on. So anything that you could say, because we have filmmakers who are making shorts, who are submitting, what's things that, even if it had an aftertaste for the story, that the production quality or something else might put it off the list?
Sure. I mean, I would definitely say sound is probably at the top of that list just because it can be actually hurtful. Like watching a image that's not great looking is not as offensive as hearing sound that's hard to listen to.
Yes.
Like straight up. And I think that when it comes to what your production value looks like with your cinematography, it somewhat depends on the story, right? If it's like some sort of like slick comedy, you kind of need a slick look, right? But if it's like a very like intimate drama, or if like, especially if it's like a documentary and you're getting like amazing access, like sometimes those things are more forgivable. Other times you can see the ideas behind the production value. And if you're thinking, like, if my thought is the only difference between this film and a better version of this film is money, then I'm less worried about it, right? Like, if someone shoots something on an iPhone, but where they're placing the camera and the way they're moving the camera and all the things they're doing are like, wow, like, this is a filmmaker. That's different. Like, that's still production value to me. It just might not be like resolution, right? But if it's just like, you just like set the camera down or you're just pointing here, then pointing there, if I don't feel intention, even if it's on an Alexa, then to me, that's actually less production value.
Yeah, good. Here, heard.
I had a question from the chat here. Can you break down for them the difference because of episodic versus a short film?
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, from the perspective of a festival, I think that there is sort of a spectrum, because you could walk away from Sundance having a short film in the festival, and like there was a film like years ago called Smilf that they ended up making like a series out of. There's been other ones as well. Sequin Rays came out of South by Southwest and became Unreal. Those things happen. You can have a short that can end up becoming developed into something bigger. When you're going in with an episodic, I think there's two things to keep in mind. One is, like, if you're going to show up, if you're going to submit as an episodic to festivals, like, have answers to where you would want to go with it. Just already know it doesn't you don't have to be inflexible, and it's actually better. And like, people that might want to get involved, like feeling like they can get some creative skin in the game, but having an idea of where it will go in, like, maybe a deck or a pitch or something like that is important. But two, I think a lot of it has to do with length. Now, that doesn't mean that I mean, listen, I looked at the South by lineup last year and it was very different than Sundance. South by had a lot of things that were like under 9 minutes in their episodic program. Sundance stayed with 3. One was like 40, one was like 27, and we were 31. So they were very much looking at stuff that felt like, okay, pluck it out and put it on TV now. But what the episodic category offers, regardless of where you go, is that opportunity for the longer things that feel like proof of concepts. If you can develop, this is where this goes, to have a place. Because we didn't really have, I mean, everyone has a shot, but like, we didn't feel really strong about our shot getting Chasers into Sundance as a short because of its length. I looked at 5 years deep into Sundance's short programming.
Research.
And I didn't see a single thing over 26 minutes. We were coming in with 31, and I was like, so I'm going to try to get into the hardest film festival in America with something longer than they've taken, like, since before COVID. And I didn't even research beyond that. I just looked at the last 5 years. Like, I don't know how long it's been since they've taken something that length. So for me, like, knowing that I wanted to play in this world longer was just all the more fuel to be like, okay, let me present this in a way that it might actually be programmed. And I think that that's a really smart way to go. Film festivals like Austin Film Festival, Holly Shorts, Series Fest, Newport Beach. Did they do us as a short or as a episodic?
I think an episodic.
I will say Indie Shorts this year created an episodic block when they didn't even they weren't even planning to, but they had us, they had Neodome, they had a couple other strong contenders, and they said, let's make an episodic block.
Yeah.
So these, like, go out there with your episodic stuff. More and more festivals will create this episodic program. And to be honest, like, it's actually very popular, because last year, the stats with Sundance, I did the math, and statistically, it was harder to get in with an episodic than it was to get in with a feature. Still hardest to get in with a short, but it was actually, there were so many episodic programs episodic projects that were sent last year compared to the number they took. Like, it is a big, growing demographic, and festivals are going to be responding to it. So I think it's a great place to start making stuff.
Yeah. And Bravemaker is going to be evolving into episodics as well. So you heard it here first, everybody. And verticals as well. An episodic question over here is, what is an episodic? Would be like a series or an episode, like a TV series, one episode of a series. So like Jim Cummings, who will be here tomorrow filming or doing a podcast with us as well. He has a series called The Screener, and he has 3 episodes that are going to be screened here at Sundance, all independently made. And this is the new thing, right? People are independently making their own television shows. Didn't Jay Duplass do that as well?
Yeah, Mark did.
Mark last year with Penelope.
Jay had the Baltimoreans, and he has a new one coming out here, but Mark made Penelope. And yeah, they made that for, not a lot of money. I don't want to.
I think we heard different
numbers.
but it's low.
But
I
still,
think
It
it's-
is low,
They
but we
measure
heard. I
numbers.
think we
Is
heard
low
different
under
numbers.
50 grand.
No,
No.
I heard.
No, no, no.
I heard 300,000. I
That's the
thought.
number I heard
Okay,
too. But
we both
but
heard. Yeah,
verify that. Verify
Yes.
that. Neither of us are producers on the
Yeah.
project.
exactly.
Just
Through
keep,
the grapevine.
keep in mind, if you have a
Unverified.
series, if you have a show, I have been pitching television shows to execs for years upon years, and now it's like, oh wait, click, make the pilot,
Make
make
it.
a few episodes, and see what you could do because you might be able to sell it.
Yeah, Olivia and I are gonna make, and there'll be a lot more people on it as well. But we're gonna make, and also with you, we're gonna do 6 episodes. So we're doing exactly what Jim did.
Yep.
We're planning on doing 6. So the idea is hopefully a festival will either play the pilot or play the first 3 episodes, and we're financing it like a TV show. Or not, sorry, we're financing it like we would a feature film. It'll just be like a slightly longer version of an indie film, like a little over 2 hours. And we also know that if we're exploring right now, I'm the only attached director, and there is a world in which I end up shooting all the episodes. There's a world in which if things change and we don't shoot them block, that I might bring another director on because I'll be the producing director if that's the case. But either way, we know we always have as a backup making it into a feature. But we're really interested in being like, this is like presenting it as a first season of a show because we know where we think it would go after those first 6 episodes, but also creating something that feels like it's giving our investors, and we're also doing the hybrid thing. There's a lot of people doing the hybrid thing where they're also partnering with nonprofits to get a lot of their stuff.
Nice.
To get the 501c3 fiscal sponsorship. Anyways, we're trying to set ourselves a path for, like, we know it's new territory, we know it's risky, but it's all risky, let's be honest. But let's just like make stories that we think are important because they're important. I don't know.
Good.
It's important to us and we love doing it.
Yeah.
Questions? Anyone? Yes, over there. Olga.
EPK or electronic press kit.
Mhm.
Some festivals require it, some don't. And in your guys' experience, because you've been through things,
Yeah.
what would you say are must-haves in your EPK, and what would you want to have in your next project?
Yeah. So the EPK we've been using for Chasers is really simple, and I really recommend the way we did it because it's been very easy. I used a Google document,
Mhm.
and I also have a folder where every time I update the Google document, I re-download it and then upload the PDF to that folder so that when I'm sharing it, they're just downloading a PDF, and if the link is out and about, it's just being updated.
Yeah.
So I keep the same name. And then things that I keep in it, like on the first page, I have our poster, and I have a list of a couple of like the top tier festivals that we've gotten into. It also hyperlinks to another document where I'm continuing to add festivals. So as we go, that's a complete list. And then I have my director's statement. I have well, that's actually on the second page. Still on that first page, I just have a bunch of hyperlinks. I have hyperlinks to behind the scenes stills so they can go into a folder, grab anything they want. I have 2 posters at different resolutions with and without the Sundance laurels because some places preferred to have a clean laurelless poster. I had a link that would take you to all of our actor headshots and to all of our crew headshots and all of our producer headshots. And then as you went down through more pages of the Google document, I would have, like I said, my director's statement. And then I went through, then I had like a, what would you call it? Like a grid that listed everyone who worked on the production and what their
Nice.
role was.
Nice.
And then after that, we did in sections. We did like above the line. We did me and the producers and my co-writer, who also happened to be a lead in the film. Then we did the actors, and then we did anyone else on crew, like department heads that wanted to be included with bios. And then I was able to use the functions in Google to create tabs so that you could automatically go to any of those places really, really quickly. And so that way, if it was someone that I wanted to be able to have it in the Google interactive mode, they could have that. But if it was somewhere where I just wanted to be able to send them something to download, I would just every time I re-updated it, I would just update it in the Google. I would update the just refresh the PDF essentially. So there are people that would have got that link from me like February last year that still now have access to the fresh one.
And updated. Smart. Because you're not having to, hey, here's another PDF, and then they're all getting confused with the email thread.
So basically
Google
the idea.
Docs.
Oh, and the other thing I forgot to say, of course, I updated the second page is actually press. So I mean our talk from last year is on that. So I have a page that's like I have like now it's several pages long. It started off just one, but it's grown. But I have like I have reviews. I have mentions in industry trades. I do always do a pull quote from each review. And then I would have like other mentions. So if I was like, I did a movie maker article. So I have like that. And so all of that, it's under like print. And then I have like audio video. So then I'll have like all the like interviews that either I did or like, we had like all of our actors do things on the red carpet. So I did all of their individual things. So basically you can find anything you want. And my idea was just like, if anyone ever wants to do anything on Chasers, they can grab stuff from these existing things. Like anyone who wants to do the work, it's all there, all available. And if I'm ever trying to like update my website 3 years from now and I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like this is what my brand is.
Yeah.
Like, why don't I find like one pull quote that feels right? It's like, it's all there organized for me.
Okay, question. Why did you decide to do your EPK instead of like hiring? Because sometimes it feels daunting to filmmakers.
Money.
Practicality.
No, but I love
money.
Because we made a project, we went to a lot of festivals.
No, I love this though, but empowering that you're enough
I like marketing. I enjoy it. It was
to do
fun.
it for your film and not feel like I'm not gonna be up to standard. Even if I go to the top festivals, like I'm not gonna no, you're like, no, I can make this. We're gonna do it to the best of my ability.
My publicist, by the way, like I did have a publicist last year, Heather. She was great.
Heather Atherton.
Yes, Heather Atherton. Yes. She we were the first film that she had at Sundance, so it was really fun. Like we got to kind of learn the process together. She did.
And then we collaborated on we worked together on a lot of stuff to make things happen. Like everybody spanned out and did a lot of stuff.
Great grassroots marketing. Yeah. That was really successful. She got Hollywood Reporter to come to our flash mob. Like we had some good stuff.
That was so much fun. You guys did a flash.
We did a flash
mob.
mob.
It was really cute.
Yeah. So she also made use of that press kit, and she a lot of the things that are on there were things that she brought to me. I feel like between the producing team and her, like it was really a groundswell effort of everyone working together to just make. Just to create buzz.
Yeah. And we get crafty with Salute Your Shorts. Like we get gritty and crafty. And I think just like all those skill sets just come together.
The fact that we're doing a podcast in our condo, we get it. We
get it. You do get it. 100%.
We bring our step and repeat.
You do what you got to do.
We probably have time for one or two more questions. If anybody has anything, shout it out, raise your hand. Anybody want to ask a question? Yes. Go ahead, Marisol. Let's go.
Tentatively, so I'm the one who I wrote a short film that I'm hoping to shoot as proof of concept for a series, and so I'm kind of wondering, because emotionally, I know that there's so much more that I want to happen to the characters that I have. So how do you kind of grapple with trying to show that and show the potential of the story to continue, but also keeping it in a contained narrative?
Sure. I think I kind of shared this actually last year at Brave Maker, but this comes right from Jacob Kruger, who's a screenwriting mentor of mine. But the difference between movies and TV show is that in a movie, you're showing how a character changes, and in a TV show, you're showing how a character doesn't. And a pilot is one tiny small change, but that's going to still set up a pattern of things happening over and over again. And the way you do show character growth sometimes in a TV show is by letting a different character go through the same thing. He always brings up Succession as a great example because, the kids want daddy's approval. They want the keys of the kingdom, and it takes turn each season who's the person really grappling with it, right? Because spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Succession, but at the end of season 1, Kendall is a wreck, and he can't be that ambitious in season 2. So Shiv takes over, right? So you just want to ask yourself, am I communicating to my audience the types of things? Would someone that wants to make this show be able to think of 100 ideas of episodes based on what I've done here? Can I see the ways in which the characters fall into the same patterns over and over again? Even if they are making a first step forward, is it one step forward, 2 steps back? That's really the kind of thing that you want to leave them with.
Bam. Knowledge drop. Let's clip that. That was great. We're gonna end with just sharing how people can find you and follow you on the interwebs. Vroom, vroom. That's from you to you.
Right here. Y'all, Miss Priscilla Lamb, MS Priscilla Lamb on Instagram.
Elshaw7 on Instagram. Also Linktree, same thing, Elshaw7.
And we're also salute_shorts for our festival.
Yes.
My personal Instagram is Erin Brown Thomas _filmmaker. And I'm also just going to shout out to Lady Kings of Texas on Instagram. Lady Kings of Texas. It's a feature that I just wrapped 80% of, and I'm raising a little bit of money for
How
the
much you
last
trying to
20%.
raise left?
Our last raise is 100K, which we have. I don't actually know, guys. I'm sorry, producers, if I'm wrong. I think we're like at 40% of that, and we need to get to it by a month from now, because we're gonna lose access to our location. So if you're out there and you want to get involved with the feature, that's gonna be freaking awesome. Reach out.
Lady Kings of Texas. Give us the quick log line.
All right, so it's four estranged friends reunite in hiding against the backdrop of Texas has seceded from the Union. They've criminalized being childless over 35, and they're sending bounty hunters to track down and kill redundant women.
What?
It's like ICE meets Handmaid. It's like ICE, like the organization meets Handmaid's Tale, but with a little bit of comedy in there too, because that's what I do.
The law against. I can't wait to watch.
Come out of the woodwork. Come be a part of this movie. Help us get there. Find me.
Hey, we pray, we manifest, we speak into existence that you get some money here at Sundance and move this thing forward.
Yes.
I'm Tony Gappastone. You can find me there on the socials and at bravemaker.org. Thank you so much for watching episode 318. We love Sundance. This is still only day one. And if you are a supporter and lover of the arts, there are 75 people who support Brave Maker every single month. We are here because there are artists. Most of them, I don't know any of them who are million-dollar company corporations. There are 75 individuals who say anywhere from $5 to $300 they want to support us. So if you want to do that, go to bravemaker.com/donate to become a donor today, or text the word Bravemaker, one word, to 44321. And as we grow that, we're going to be doing more. Our goal is to give more grants away. Our goal is to have more filmmaker opportunities from the Bay to LA. Our goal is also to have a filmmaker cohort eventually. We want to see filmmakers succeed. We want to support you. And 2027, we're going to Boulder. So mark your calendar, join us. Thank you, everybody. We always say brave stories change the world.
And you are the story.
All right, see you soon. Let's go to dinner, everybody. That's Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at bravemaker.org. Like, subscribe, and share. To become a monthly donor, text the word BraveMaker to 44321 or go to bravemaker.com/donate. Thanks for tuning in.
Were you hearing me like?
So you said 8.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of like an episodic structure, but it's not like the same character, it's different stories. I'm wondering, if you won't see that because what you're just talking about, same character.
Sounds like you're talking about anthology.
Yeah, it's kind of anthology.
They're harder to sell, I will say.
Is this
but,
yours too?
I mean, if you're gonna finance it yourself anyway, go nuts. That's how I feel.